What are the common defenses available in a vehicular homicide case? Attorney James Abate explains. It is very similar to a DWI case. The prosecution has to prove that you were operating the vehicle, while intoxicated, that you were operating the vehicle and were responsible for an accident, and, as a result of that accident, the passenger or another person was seriously injured. Within that, you go through a step-by-step DWI analysis of the case. Interestingly enough, there were defenses available to you in an assault by auto or a vehicle homicide case that are not available in a DWI case in the municipal court. One defense, and probably the most important, is called retrograde extrapolation. And what happens is you may get pulled over and, for whatever reason, it may take 40 minutes or an hour to get to a station, so they can take the alco test or take blood. There may be a problem with the first machine, so you have to go to a second police station, which means it may be an hour and a half after being pulled over. And then you get a 0.08, which is right on the borderline, or maybe even a little higher. The question then becomes, were you actually a 0.06 at the time? And did the passage of time cause your level of intoxication to go up? Perhaps because you had a drink just before leaving the bar. If so, you would have not been at the level of intoxication that violates the statute. The prosecution may try to claim that you may have been at a 0.11, but that hour and a half gave you a chance to sober up. But in a standard DWI case, they cannot argue it. The only questions are, when you took the test, were you intoxicated beyond the per se level of 0.08, and was it within a reasonable time of the stop? In an assault by auto or vehicular homicide case, the retrograde extrapolation defense is available, and you can prove through expert testimony that at the time of the event that you had a different BAC, but you were not permitted to argue that in a garden variety DWI case. If you can show that the BAC at the time of the stop would have been lower, below the statutory level, or you can argue that something else affected your BAC, like diabetes or Atkins diet, something that would have inflated your blood alcohol above a 0.08 in a traffic case. It's simply, were you above a 0.08 within a reasonable time of the stop? With the more serious charges, you have additional defenses. For a free phone consultation, contact attorney James Abate in Somerville, New Jersey, or visit his website at www.jabatelaw.com.